Garland, Executive VP of Basketball, Piston Hall of Famer Joe Dumars. Tobias in the corner, fires and fills. Finally gives it up to Herbert Jones. Murray gets it back, clock at 5.
Don't have to worry about DeAndre Jordan shooting it.
You do have to worry about Saddiq Bey. Here comes Zion Williamson. Puts his head down, got inside and lost the ball. Daniss Jenkins to forecourt, whirls. Tobias outside for Huerter, and Kevin Huerter with a score. DeJounte Murray against Daniss Jenkins on the perimeter. Murray rises and fires and fills it up.
I was wondering how long it would take.
Kevin Huerter, blind dish in the corner to Daniss. Topside Tobias. Good look inside to Ausar Thompson. Zion against Ausar. Saddiq Bey to the basket. Half hook on the run. He hit it.
Sauce on that one. Did you see the behind the back pass?
Exactly. 14-11. The Pistons lead by the length of that triple from Huerter. From the corner, Jones delivers a long gun. The fifth-year man from Alabama for New Orleans. And Marcus Sasser is checked in for the Pistons. Murray to Saddiq in the corner for 3, and it's through. Sasser flips it inbounds to Jalen Duren, hands back to Marcus. Against DeJounte Murray. Kevin Huerter to the lane. Nice lob to JD.
He kept his balance.
That's Jones with a long gun. Rebound taken away from Misi by Marcus Sasser, but Zion Williamson's on it.
Had that wide open look, and it was a big one.
Pistons 4 for 6 from distance. And a 3 for the guys from New Orleans. Jordan Hawkins. JB wants one shot, and Holland brings it to forecourt. Holland driving. Dishes to the big man.
They were down 5. The score is tied, and had a shot at the lead right there.
Well, missed the free throw. Pass forecourt to Fears. Zion would slow down to get his head back together. Here's Daniss, a deep 3, and it's through.
Nice.
He has 8.
Is that a big Stu sighting?
Yeah, sure was.
Uh-oh.
This is resting Isaiah Stewart, but defender at the rim. Daniss another one. This one's off the rim. No, it isn't. Around and down. That's called touching it up.
All of a sudden, he's the leading scorer in the game.
Fears down the lane, runs up a lefty hook, and he hit it. Here comes Marcus Sasser to forecourt. Pistons by 3. 8:38 to play in the half. Pass inside to JD to the basket for a score.
That's the part that makes him really hard to guard.
Good stuff, Gregory. 11 for JD now. Williamson to the basket. 46-44 Pistons. Marcus Sasser gives to JD. Jalen Duren to the basket, off the glass softly for a score. Lanier with a miss. Murray to forecourt, right behind the back, trying to get away from Ausar. Couldn't score it. Finally tapped up and in. They've led by 6. The Pelicans have led by 5. Here's a swipe by Ausar to the basket for a quick slam. Here on a long gun. Marcus Sasser to forecourt, fakes the pass, misses the shot. Paul Reed follows it up with another impossible shot. Is Herbert Jones. Tobias on the Piston end. Spins inside, fires and fills from the line. Pistons to Tobias. Went right to the rim for a jam. Pistons have him down 13. Their biggest lead of the game. Murray goes behind the back, then forces and fills it up. Not much you can do about that. Tried to dump it off to Jalen Duren. Swipe by Murray. Murray runs over Ausar. Murray to the basket, hooks on the run and hits it.
Heck of a shot there.
Wow.
He's obviously atoned for that.
Oh yeah. JD behind the foul line. Fires, fills it up over DeAndre Jordan. Could be right. That's better than a dunk.
Yeah.
Saddiq hooks from in front and hits it. Saddiq Bey.
You do realize he's shooting over 50% on the season. You do realize that his job, first and foremost, is to defend. you do realize that Ben Wallace had the same kind of responsibility, as did Dennis Rodman, and they're both in the Hall of Fame. You do realize that stuff.
For New Orleans, Zion Williamson puts his shoulder down, gets inside, stopped by Ausar, and the pass is swiped by Jalen Duren. He'll lob it to Tobias for a jam. Herb Jones against Huerter. DeAndre Jordan snaps the pass to Saddiq Bey. Jones gets it back on the wing and triples. Tobias against Saddiq. Kevin Huerter to the baseline. Little floating gun goes. Nice touch. Rebound JD looking way up the court for Ausar and gets Ausar a slam.
Touchdown.
And the Pistons now lead by 14. That's 2 touchdowns. They're up 75 to 61.
JD had just enough air on that ball to get it out over the top of 2 defenders back.
Backdoor cut. Jones and a deuce. DeAndre Jordan deep to Zion. And he hit Ausar on the way up. Gives it up to DeJounte Murray. Topside Saddiq Bey, sideline Herb Jones. Jacks up a 3 and it's through. How about that?
Good. That looked good the moment.
DeJounte Murray's miss is the Pistons' possession. Tobias with an up fake, drew contact, hit it, count that baby, and a foul. Kevin Huerter to forecourt, snaps the pass cross court to Tobias. Deep it goes to Paul Reed, lays it up, lays it in. Huerter came to double. Hawkins Huerter's got it by himself. Herbert Jones in the corner. Way outside for Hawkins, and he tripled.
He's playing a zone now.
Tobias against Fears. Way too big for him. Huerter way outside for a long gun. It goes! It's a stiff arm into Daniss Jenkins. Misses the shot. Pistons running back against the Pelicans from the corner. Shot clock at 4. Saddiq Bey's looking for a shot now, and he finds one and fills it up.
In this Pistons locker room, and George and Greg coming from a guy on his 4th team, I think that really stands out.
Sure does. Fears to the basket quickly on the New Orleans end, though, to start the 4th.
You know, you talk about concentration and being able to sustain it and not have letdowns. Pistons were dominating that 3rd quarter. And then about a minute and a half ago, they let go of the reins, and that's when the Pelicans were able to get.
Queen fights his way to the basket and scores from in front with that big body in the air. Bey for the Pelicans. Matkovic gives it back to Saddiq. Saddiq to the basket off the glass. No, tap won't go, but the second one does.
I don't know. He was so far underneath that backboard. I thought he was going to crash into it with his arms and mess the whole thing up.
You could be right. JD to the basket for a dynamite dunk. That's a look out below dunk. But I think those numbers are who he is.
Yeah.
Not numbers from a red-hot guy. Dynamite dunk there by Zion Williamson, who once played for the Pelicans. Bounces it inside for Huerter. Going to have to shoot it. He does. Beat the buzzer. Great. Whips it to Chaz Lanier. He'll fire for 3, and it's through. Rebound to Queen. Head to Jeremy Fears. He's not going to stop. Gets to the basket and scores it.
He's shown me some things tonight.
Yeah.
He can play.
127 to 108 our score. Pistons inside to Tolu, deeper to Klintman. He'll hook it and hit it. Bobby Klintman with a huge night for a ton of guys.